Man,
I don't think we need to go a little deep in it, but
we got to go deep.
We can touch on it a little bit, though.
I had an interaction yesterday, of course, because, I interact with quite a few other people.
Yeah.
Right.
Daily. And this is the statement. You tell me how I should have taken it. They say, man, I didn't realize it was Juneteenth, which a lot of people didn't, right? It was a holiday now. A lot of people didn't know that. They said, oh, yeah, banks closed, everything. So, man, I said, but yeah, man, I was looking into it, and what do you think it was? Is it like that fact that most slaves couldn't read? That's why they didn't know.
They asked you that.
I'm thinking that's what you think the problem was. The fact that they didn't read the paper. I mean, help me out.
Okay.
How disconnected?
Yeah, that's that. But,
I want to know what your response.
No, that wasn't it.
But
the fact that they didn't read the paper wasn't it. That's not how. It's just disconnected on how this whole process works. It's
a total disconnection. I mean, let me remind you,
a
few years ago during the summer with the George Floyd stuff, and people was like, people were, obviously we were protesting for several reasons, and people asked me, that really goes on?
Right.
I mean, that's 2 years ago. I'm not talking about like 400 years ago. I'm talking about that was 2 years ago. And they were like, really? That happens in this country? They're oblivious to it. They're naive to it. They're not connected.
Not
so to the point when they ask you that's something that happened 100 years ago. I'm talking about last week.
Yeah.
I'm talking about something that happened last week.
So you just, that's like saying, well, why didn't you just all leave?
And he or she was very serious. I'm sure they didn't mean,
Had no clue. I didn't even just go hard. I just said, no, this really, it's deeper than that. I said it went well beyond that. I talked about the economics of it and then, just the distrust and, just being in that era, being in that time period. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But it just seems like they all would know.
I
said, yeah, you're right.
It was a CNN or one channel I was watching. They was talking about, it was just a documentary, one after another. They was talking about Tulsa, what happened in Tulsa, Black Wall Street in Tulsa, and how they went to burn that down. They was talking about a place, it's called Elaine, Arkansas.
Oh.
Yeah,
wow.
It was phenomenal where then they had this one family trace their roots back all the way back to, they knew exactly their ancestors, in terms of slavery, where they came from. And I thought about this, though, and they was educating us on all these things. I was like, it gives me more energy around why 1619 is very, very important, how understanding our roots and teaching our kids that even in school, whether it may offend people or not, hey, that's the history of this country.
It's part of the history.
After the George Floyd, we didn't just show up.
Right, yeah, exactly.
That's what it feels like. People think.
Oh, y'all here now. What?
Critical race theory and all this stuff. So, man, it just gave me some new energy around that, because some of that stuff I didn't even know. Would love to have known that, but they try to keep all that out of our history in schools and things of that nature, and that's something that needs to be there.
Okay,
Well, this
just
is
teach
be
black
a great
history.
conversation for
I don't need to teach
James
critical
White.
race theory. Just teach black history.
Yeah, exactly.
How about that?
Yes.
How about that? Why we all got to give it a name when it comes to us?
Just teach what happened.
Right.
Hello. Why we all got to give it a name when it comes to us?
We know about Christopher Columbus and all the other stuff. Let's teach them what really happened.
Start from the beginning.
So I forget all the way up. But yeah, man.
What are we going to call it? Black history.
It's okay, man. How'd you? But getting back to your point, how did you respond to it?
I was a little engaged, but I just kind of disconnected because I realized that it was like you so far off the mark. You gotta go talk to somebody else before you talk to me.
Yeah.
Because you about to make me angry.
Because you're grown.
Run it by somebody else before you bring it to me. Like I tell people, run it by me first, man, before you go out there.
Because you're a grown
run it by somebody else
adult, leading people's lives in